I would like to begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today, the Arakwal people of the Bundjalung Nation, and pay my respects to the elders past, present, and emerging. Are you ready to win at the game of life? Well, throw out that rulebook and get down to the business of being the best and most authentic version of you. Welcome to the Human Design Podcast. We're changing the rules around success, abundance, purpose, love, and life, where we're creating a planet where everyone can thrive in a world that loves and supports each other. I'm your host, Emma Dunwoody, a qualified master coach, human design expert, podcaster, and entrepreneur that is living the life of my dreams, breaking all the rules while doing it, making a huge impact, and living my design and manifesting miracles on the daily. Join me as I break down and simplify everything you need to live in alignment with your human design, teach you how to recondition your unconscious mind for greatness, and to take back your power so you can manifest your heaven on earth and serve the rest of the planet at the same time. It's time to give up the fear and step into your highest potential, to reach for the stars, to know and live your greatness. It's what you deserve, and it's what the planet really needs from you. So buckle up and enjoy the ride. Hey everyone, and welcome to today's episode. I'm really excited to have you guys here today, as always. Yes, I know I'm super enthusiastic, but hey, I'm a manifesting generator. I have the gate 16 in my design earth. I'm an enthusiastic being. I'm a multi-passionate human. And you know what? I'm just super grateful that you're here. I want to say a huge thank you to each and every one of you, to all of you that reach out on Instagram, who leave reviews for the podcast. I'm so incredibly grateful because it really helps me to know that my work is making a difference. Because sometimes, I'm just sitting here with this microphone, I'm sitting here with this computer and looking at myself. I'm like, is this even, people even getting value from this? So as many of you entrepreneurs out there know, sometimes it can be a very one-sided thing. So I just want you guys to really know that I appreciate each and every one of you, all of you that reach out. And on that note, can you please leave a review? Can you please leave us a 5-star review on Spotify, on Apple, and wherever else you can? And please click the follow button because it really gives us the opportunity to make sure we get this podcast into the hands of the people who need it. And of course, I can't do all this without you. So your help and support would be greatly appreciated. All right. Today, I want to talk to you about something that it's actually one of my transformational human design principles. And it's something that has been so incredibly important in my journey. Now, for those of you who don't know my journey, maybe you're new to the podcast, I'll give you the short version. 20 years ago, I was diagnosed with depression and panic disorder. And I was given a diagnosis that ultimately I would never heal from this, but I would learn to manage it. Now, in that moment, that diagnosis for me personally just wasn't good enough. I remember walking across the car park as I left the doctor's office that day. And I was like, well, I'm either going to end my life or I'm going to find a way to heal myself because I cannot live with this forever. I was 28 years old and all I could think was, wow, if I'm going to live to 100 and, now I'm like, I'm going to live to 150 people. I could live to 200 for all I know. It was too long. There's no way I could live a big life and feel the way I felt, even the tiniest bit of that. So it was this catalytic moment that set me on this journey to understand why I do what I do and how I can take back my power to change my behavior and therefore change the results in my life. Oh my goodness, there was so much I didn't know back then. But now, after a massive journey and becoming a lifelong learner, I really reflect back and I want to share many of the things that have supported me on this journey, on this transformational journey, on my healing, my mental health, really opening up my heart, healing trauma, switching from an advertising career to becoming a master coach and starting my own business and having this very successful business and running a big team and all of the things. And one of the principles I want to talk to you about today, which is such a game changer, it was such a game changer for me when I kind of realized it or coined the phrase, And it's not necessarily new, but the way I use it is the way I want you to really use it as a tool. And that is one of my principles, that is, pay attention to the external clues because they don't lie. Now, what does that mean? It means that our life, your reality is the way it is because of what's going on inside of you. So your external clues are effectively your manifestations, the people that you show up in your life, maybe the synchronicities that you see. Maybe it's that same freaking pattern that's going round and round and round. It's happening again, people. It's about paying attention to those external clues because they don't lie. You know, one of the universal principles is as within, so without. Our life is a hologram of what is going on inside of us. So when we live by this principle that pay attention to the external clues because they don't lie, the first presupposition, so it presupposes that, well, if I have results in my life, if these external clues are things that I no longer want, then I need to take responsibility for that. I need to sit back in the power seat. I need to stop blaming other people or saying it's my trauma or saying it's my conditioning and actually do something about it. Because all our external clues are a reflection of our inner reality projected into our external reality. Now, the other thing that I love about this principle is that it helps us make the unconscious conscious. You know, in many situations, so many people are out there working with coaches, being supported by practitioners, and that really helps us when we have another person make the unconscious conscious because they can see what we can't see. However, we can't sit with someone or we can't have our coach with us every moment of every day, you know, in pivotal moments where we see that pattern show up again and we're like, what the? So when we start to live with this principle, we can actually make the unconscious conscious because the moment something shows up in our life, we become conscious of it. Like, wow, that's in me. You know, a person shows up and they irritate you. Wow, that's in me. A pattern shows up again and again. Wow, that's in me. So it gives you the opportunity to become conscious of what you've been unconscious to. And the power that lies in that is that you can now change it because now you're aware of it. Awareness is 80% of the journey. Now you're aware of it, you can do something about it. So your external clues are incredibly powerful for transformation. They're also powerful for growth and making sure that you are not missing the good stuff. Because often when we change our behaviors, we're healing our trauma, we're doing the work, we're aligning to our human design, we're looking into our shadows, we're integrating them so that we can express our higher potential and superpowers. But often on that journey, what happens is that we start to change and we almost perceive that we're not changing yet. Why is nothing changing yet? Why is nothing different? And it's because another one of my principles, we're too close to the project, meaning that we're too close to what's going on. We're, you know, like if you use a new skin cream and you're looking at your face every day, twice a day, and you're like, is it really working? You know how you have to take a before and after shot and then all of a sudden you can see the difference? Well, this is what this is like as well, because it's super important that it helps us gather, or what we call restore our deletions, the information that maybe we're not paying attention to. What do I mean by that? Let me give you an example. So our external clues can also be the great things. We might feel like we're not changing, right? However, a person shows up in our life and we realize that that person is, for the want of a better word, like their energy is an upgrade from the normal people that you might call in. Or you get an opportunity and that opportunity mightn't be a yes yet, but you're like, wow, that's definitely an upgrade. Or let's say you're looking for a new partner and you know that you need to raise your frequency. You've got to become the person that can be with this dream partner of yours. And all of a sudden you meet this couple and they have what you want. Wow, external clues. It's already changing because I'm calling that stuff into my life. I can see the step ladder. I can see the shifts happening in my external reality. So these are the clues, the external clues that we want to make sure we write them down. We give our brain the evidence. See, this is changing. It doesn't matter what you say, ego. It doesn't matter those crappy stories that are unresourceful and not supporting me. It doesn't matter what they say, because I can see in my external clues, in my external reality, the change is happening. So when we pay attention to the external clues and we understand that they don't lie, what we're actually doing is we are bypassing that part of ourselves that criticizes and judges and that negativity bias, like, oh, it won't last. Nope. I've changed my frequency because my external clues are changing. And when I start to pay attention to my external clues and keep my reticular activating focus on reticular activating system on that, then what can you do? You can only call more of it in. So what I want you all to do is I want you to practice paying attention to your external clues. What are they telling you? What are the lessons that you keep repeating? Where's the growth? And really start to use this as like your best buddy, your coach in your pocket, that part of you that's like, well, the external clues don't lie. So either I need to make a different choice or I'm already changing and transforming. So there you go, people. It's short and sweet this week. I wanted to give you something actionable. I wanted to give you something to experiment with. You know, it might even be that you're new to human design and you've just got your chart. And if you haven't, go to my website, go and get the chart. You can download your own chart for free and then start paying attention to the external clues when you are in alignment with your strategy and authority, or when you're just experimenting with your strategy and authority. Pay attention to the external clues as you learn about your, personality sun. Notice that energy, how that energy shows up in your life. Wow, that's brilliant. The external clues are showing me that I'm 70% shadow and I'm 30% gift. Great. That's a great start. And it's going to help you to really integrate your design. So enjoy your experimenting with the external clues this week, people. And please do keep practicing, keep paying attention to the external clues, because they don't lie and they're going to help you to grow and evolve and become that greatest version of you that we all need. So thank you. I trust you got what you needed from today's episode, and I look forward to having you on the next podcast. Bye for now. Thanks everyone for being here all the way to the end of the podcast. I hope you got lots of value out of it. I certainly had a lot of fun doing it. Could I please ask that you share this podcast with friends if you found it valuable? And also, bonus points, could you leave a review for me as well on Apple? It would be greatly appreciated. If at any point you would like to be on the podcast, or you've got questions that you'd like me to discuss on the podcast, by all means get on my socials and DM me. Everything you need is there in the show notes. Have an awesome day. Bye for now.